Ever since humans invented the camera, thousands of iconic photographs have been taken, showcasing some of humanity's best and worst moments. However, cameras have also picked up on some strange things, leading people to study them further. Paranormal researchers have said that one of the best ways to capture an apparition is by using a camera. In recent years, hundreds of photographs have been presented by everyday people, claiming that they've captured a genuine apparition, and what's strange is that the majority of these people didn't even know it was there. It's not until reviewing these photographs that they realised that something was there. This happened with one mother who took a photograph on her phone. The story goes that she was trying to take a photograph of her friends and daughter, but every time she went to take the picture, her daughter said she wanted to leave. The mother was confused by this but told her to stand still while the picture was being taken. Again though, the daughter made a fuss and said she didn't want to be there because the little boy was scaring her. The mother was again confused as there was no little boy in the room. The girl then starts to cry and walk out of the photograph. This is a story all too familiar with parents raising young children, and she thought this was just her daughter acting out. However, after reviewing the photograph, she saw something strange in the left-hand corner. She zoomed in and could see the outline of her face in the gap of her friend's leg. It was then that she realised this may have been what her daughter was referring to, saying that whatever she saw really spooked her. She wanted to leave the group photo as soon as possible. It's been speculated by paranormal researchers that babies and young infants are much closer to the non-physical energy that we all originate from. This spiritual connection with Source enables them to remain open to the vibrations around them. As babies grow, researchers say they lose this close connection, and it almost becomes dormant. Some believe that before birth a baby's spirit exists in an in-between realm, between their mother's womb and their spirit world. This is allegedly why so many young adults claim to see paranormal entities in their younger years. While being young, it's said the veil between their world and the earth realm is very thin, which allows them to see things adults can't. Paranormal experts have said there are some common signs that can indicate that your baby is seeing spirits, or sensing spirits around them. One of the most common ones is that the baby frequently stares at a particular spot of a room. Baby is laughing or smiling at something you cannot see. Baby is completely mesmerized by something they see, even when you're doing your best to get their attention, and baby happily laughs and cries when they're alone in their cot. Interestingly, paranormal researchers have said that ghost children are one of the most commonly reported apparitions. Going back in 1970, the first old spaghetti factory opened in Gastown. It was known to the locals as a great place to eat them for its atmosphere. However, over time people noticed that strange things would happen inside the restaurant. People would see flickering shadows dart across the room, and hear strange noises seemingly coming from nowhere. It's believed by researchers that 4 ghosts occupy the spaghetti factory, with the most famous of these entities being that of the tram conductor. Many people came forward and said they encountered his spirit, further saying that it's as if he doesn't want to leave the area. People who died here said that one of the most common places to see him was near the old trolley car that was parked inside the restaurant. The trolley was number 53, and going back it belonged to the British Columbia Electric Railway Company's fleet of electric trams. The trolley car was placed in the building in 1969, and it's been debated whether he was attached to the car. Some theorize that something traumatic happened to him, and that's why he hasn't been able to leave. Although this sounds far-fetched, there are those that say paranormal entities can attach themselves to objects, with some of the most famous examples being that of Annabelle and Robert the Doll. The next ghost at the old spaghetti factory is known as a Mischievous Spirit. Those who frequently visited the restaurant said this spirit would often try and scare the public. He was encountered most at night, with some saying they refused to enter the restaurant after seeing him. One woman said that she encountered the spirit in the bathroom, saying that it caused her to never use the bathroom again. She claimed to have heard a creepy laugh coming from one of the stalls. Confused and scared, she asked if anyone was in there and needed assistance. However, instead of getting a response, she saw the ghostly apparition of a boy run past. This apparition was allegedly seen by one of the waitresses who was working a late shift. She claimed that she was packing up and saw a young boy running around the restaurant. Confused and worried that a child had been left behind, she decided to investigate, but when she saw the boy, she realized it was an apparition. The frightening encounter caused her to resign the next day and never return. Others who have worked the late shift have said they've put out cutlery for the next day, but when inspecting them the next morning, some of them had been bent. However, when the waitresses reported this to the manager, when they returned to inspect what had happened, the cutlery had mysteriously been turned back to normal. This is one of the reasons why people say a mischievous spirit is responsible for these actions. Interestingly, the restaurant decided to bring in a psychic in order to get to the bottom of what was happening. They confirmed the building has so many apparitions because there was a vortex in the back of the restaurant, and that various ghosts had attached themselves to some of the older artifacts. So what do you make of this photograph? Do you think that ghost children exist? And do you believe that entities have the power to inhabit everyday objects? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.